Hello everyone, my name is Ramesh Kumar. My ID number is 2400315595. I am from BTech CSC. Uh, I completed first year very recently, and this video is about my presentation, presentation about the social internship that which I did in my summer break uh, with the guidance of our college. So let me present you the video. Let me present you. So this presentation is about remote agriculture internship journey. It focuses on engaging directly with farmers and learning about sustainable practices. Let's get to slide number 2. So the first topic is understanding agriculture and its global impact. First, let's talk about the domain agriculture. Agriculture is about working with soil, working in the soil, working with the soil, growing crops, and raising animals. It gives us important things like food, fiber, and fuel that we need for our life and development. This is the overview of the domain's purpose. This is the main purpose of the domain. Agriculture is very important globally and especially very important for India because the most of the Indians rely on agriculture. Formally, directly or indirectly, they rely on agriculture, and it is the main impact player of India. It supports critical SDGs. SDGs are nothing but sustainable development goals. Like internationally, there are some kind of development goals that which every domain need to follow, and in agriculture domain follows some SDGs. Some of them are zero hunger policies, climate action, and responsible consumption and production. So these are the SDGs I got to know and I studied about in these 7 days of internship. So agriculture is also very important in villages. Okay, when we see the line relevances in villages, agriculture is very important in villages. Villages like the backbone of Indian agriculture because most of the agriculture, the farming is done in the villages. Agriculture is not only about planting trees and something like that. It is also raising animals, and it is also that one. So the they help make sure the villages make sure we have enough food, keep old traditions alive, and support people living in rural areas. This need to be accepted because we see when we go to our areas, uh, like our grandmother's home or somewhere, we observe a lot of things happening like this. The old traditions are still alive, and our younger generations learn a lot of things when we visit our grandmother's house, which are in the villages. So these are teaching a lot of things to the uh, rural areas people who are in rural areas. So let's get into slide 3. So my 7 day learnings and hurdles. The things I learned in this 7 day crucial journey, and the problems I faced, and the way I overcome those kind of problems. This is a summary of learning experience and the challenges I faced. This slide is totally related to that. My key learnings during these days were, the first one you can see as understanding how climate affects agriculture, climate impact on agriculture, understanding how climate affects agriculture. The second is seeing the need for sustainable farming methods. I observed a lot and I talked to many people, and I learned that the need for sustainable farming methods is a lot. There is lots of need for this thing. So this is the main thing that which I need to focus. I focused on engaging with the farmers while I'm engaging with the farmers. And the third one is learning the importance of talking and working with the farmers. As I told, I understood that the sustainable farming methods by speaking with the farmers. So this helped me learning the importance of talking. So from the second learning, I got the third learning indirectly somehow. So like any journey, there are challenges. Challenges I faced included harsh weather conditions and difficult getting farms because of the poor road access. So it would be like a very hot sunny day. So I would visit a farm and suddenly rain starts pouring, and we are not prepared. We are not basically prepared for the rain. So what happens is we don't have any umbrella or stuff like that. So we get wet immediately, and that is how it goes. So we're not prepared. So how did we overcome these challenges? To deal with harsh weather, I carried caps. So I took a backpack with me, and which I used to put near my bike, and to uh, to overcome or to face the unexpected weather, I carried caps and water, very which is needed to hydrate myself, as I'll be working in under hot sunny place. To reach remote farms and roads, we where the roads were not good, I used a bike. So I visited farms and spoke directly with farmers. The experience really helped me connect, and what I learned in classroom with the real problem farmers face every each day. So when I am studying in school, I used to learn a lot of things in social studies, what farmers go through, and this all stuff. So when I'm directly interacting with these farmers, I understood these kind of problems that which we study in books are really true. So I like to thank my teachers for giving me this wonderful opportunity, because if there is no internship, something like this, no one would actually go, because we all are busy. Everyone is busy with their own kind of works in this generation, and it's like a race. But we got a very good opportunity to speak to people, to speak to farmers, and giving a marks related to this. That's very fine. So let me jump on to the next slide. Addressing climate changes. Oh, sorry, I jumped a slide. I'm sorry. And also, let me tell you about problem identification. I missed it. So one of the main issues I focused on was addressing climate changes. As I previously mentioned, on this very sunny day when we went, there used to be a rain. It happens sometimes. So when we are only facing a lot of struggle because of this, what about farmers? I got an idea. Like, what about farmers? What do farmers do if there is irregular weather conditions? Like, they start sowing the seeds thinking that it is summer, but suddenly the rains come. So what happens? It uh, it will not be good for them, right? So I want to understand this problem better. I visited farms to see how the weather was affecting things. I also spoke to farmers about how they manage unpredictable weather patterns. So I spoke to them through this. I saw there were no there were gaps in farmer awareness to access information of resources. So they're still using the old methods, like some methods. So but I suggested them some solutions which I found during my study, using some great YouTube videos who teach about agriculture. uh, these actions were implemented. So when I told them, they implemented these actions, and with help the problem. I promoted practices like composting and using organic methods. I advised farmers to adjust when they planted their crops or their sowing times. I also recommended mulching, which helps the soil hold onto moisture. I also recommended this. So let's get into the next slide. Addressing climate challenges in agriculture. I think I completed this episode outcomes. Yes. I've done some outcomes from suggesting these practices. Farmers showed interest in methods that didn't cost a lot of money. Some farmers even started trying to out the changes I suggested. For those who adopted the changes, the quality of the soil improved. Within a week episode, there was a lot of difference between the previous and the end of the week. So I strongly recommended them to continue these kind of changes. As a short case study, case study, irregular weather can really impact how much crop grows. I saw a farmer who successfully adopted to new methods after early rain. As I previously mentioned, I suggested some of the things which I found on YouTube videos, and the documents that which I go through during my study schedule. So I suggested one of the things that which I found interesting and useful for the farmers. So within a week span, by the end of the week, I saw the change in the quality of the soil. So let's get into the next slide. Documentation and impact proof. This section shows how I was actively involved in the internship. It is documentation and impact proof of my work. You can see all the photos like I am doing meditation, I'm doing exercise, and this all stuff. It includes things like photos I took from notes, my visit, okay, and records of going to fields. You can also see the photos that which I mentioned while I'm going to fields, and the interactions with me between me and the farmers, and directly in the fields. It's not going to farmer's house. It's not like that. When we directly go into the workplace, we get to know more what kind of things they're doing and what kind of struggles they're facing while they work. Documentation includes the photos, notes, and records from my field visits and farmers' interactions. Yes. Now let's go to the next slide. Slide number 8. So, Lippy task summary. As part of internship, I also completed Lippy task, as mentioned by our faculty. I successfully completed the English word cruise task, and I reached Brahma level in this cruise task. And I also recommended these Lippy games to some of the kids and some of the people who want to improve their language and thinking skills and different stuff, because it I felt very useful by playing this game. And you can see my total points is 501 and 504 as mentioned, and you can see it. So finally, I would end this presentation by a thank you note. Thank you for listening to my internship presentation. This journey gave me a much deeper understanding in agriculture and how much people are adapting to climate changes. I'm very grateful that I had this chance to learn and contribute. Thank you. I really loved a lot about this internship. I'm happy that I got a chance to directly interact with farmers one to one, and I learned a lot of things because of this. And finally, thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity.